Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of May 27th through May 31st. We're in part 2 of our weekly trading game plan. We'll be selecting our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, stocks in our shopping list. We'll also talk about several additional strategies to generate income while we wait for our top swing trading stocks to set up, including looking at dividend payers and again several option strategies and additional trade ideas in addition to our top swing trading stocks to watch. So a lot to cover, so let's get started. So here's our Google document with our notes for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the week of May 27th through May 31st. We keep our notes for our weekly trading game plans in publicly accessible Google documents. You can find a direct link to this Google document in the description box below. Our notes documents contain links to bonus videos, tools, and resources we use to analyze and trade our top swing trading stocks to watch. If you haven't already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this week, titled Make Money Trading Memorial Day Week, we would highly recommend you also view part 1, as that contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trade ideas for trading Memorial Day. And just a reminder, markets for the stock markets are closed on Monday in observance of Memorial Day, so enjoy your long Memorial Day holiday weekend. Just a reminder, we keep our notes documents for our weekly trading game plans all in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, so you can refer back to the notes from part 1 as well as previous weeks. And again, you can find a direct link to that Google Drive folder in the description box below. Welcome to Ricky Kahn, MD, Ellen Krentz. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you all are having a great Memorial Day holiday weekend. So firstly, we'll review a couple of our trade updates for the past week, and then we'll look at the charts for these trades also in Webull. Firstly is HIMX Technologies. We've been swinging HIMX for a while. We bought in on 415 at 521. We got stopped out on 521 at 653. So we realized a nice profit of ROI of over 25%, which equates to a monthly ROI of about 21% on this swing or scalp trade on HIMX. And congratulations to all of our fellow BeachBum traders who also profited and or are profiting from this swing trade on HIMX. And again, we'll be watching HIMX to see if it comes back down, give us another opportunity to swing. We do have a video. If you're not familiar with HIMX, we have a video that discusses why we were interested in HIMX. It's a semiconductor play, and we finally did get that bounce back up after their earnings. Essentially, they said that fourth quarter was the bottom, and they should be swinging back up, and we got a nice profit of 25%. Welcome, Logan Flips, Gerald Fitz. Thank you all for joining us. Glad to hear that you made good money on that HIMX trade. Again, if you make a profit on some of our trade ideas, we'd highly encourage and appreciate you to share that with your fellow traders and friends, and encourage them to join us in our BeachBum trading community. Hopefully they can also make money trading with some of our trade ideas. So the second one is land, and we finally got stopped out of our land position. We had entered land as a REIT on farmland. We had entered in on February 7th at 1351. It had gone negative for a while, so we were holding it, collecting their 5-cent a month dividend. Finally got stopped out at 1352 for pretty much break even on the price appreciation. But if we consider the reduction in the cost basis from 4 months of dividends and a dividend reinvestment, then we got a little over 1% ROI. So again, a little disappointing on the performance on land. It looks like it's rolling over. We'll look for additional opportunities to buy back into land cheaper. and then eventually, hopefully, it'll swing back up. So congratulations to anyone who got into this land trade at a better price. We were a little early. You could have got in at a lower price and got a significantly better price appreciation on that swing up in land. And again, we'll keep an eye on that for further opportunities. Just a quick reminder, although I don't recommend anyone blindly follow us into or out of trades, if it would help you to make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career, to see when we enter and exit trades, you can get real-time notification of our entries and exits by joining our Patreon. We also have several channels that are available to our Patreon members in our Discord, and I'll show you those trade alerts channels in our Discord. So the first one is our Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel. I also set up price alerts in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to this Thinkorswim alert channel. And then if we follow that up with an actual trade, then I'll reply to that alert in the Thinkorswim channel. So you can see when we got stopped out of our position in HIMX, when we got stopped out of our position in land. Also, again, if we have support, 52-week high lows, etc., those get posted. And again, if I take action, I'll reply back to that posting in the Thinkorswim channel. It's a trade not directly related to a Thinkorswim alert, then I would post that in the trade alerts channel so you can see when we went long on ZSL, which is the short on silver, which we're still in. And then we also have a channel of automated price alerts that are generated by our automated systems. So you can also get alerted in real time when stocks are moving up, breaking out near our price targets. Again, great for shorter term day traders, momentum traders, etc. You can also see sector rotations, daily momentum, etc. And you can hear more about how you can get alerted when stocks are moving up, breaking out from our automated systems via the link to that video. And again, all kinds of different alerts so you can see as various sectors are moving up, rotating, etc., coming back down near our price targets, breaking out, etc. So again, great for shorter term day traders, scalpers, etc., as well as seeing potential swing opportunities. So I hope that all helps. So now we'll also quickly look at those trades in Webull. So here's our HIMX trade. So I can back it out a little bit. Again, we got in back here. I'll have to look at the date again. We were in it for a while. Again, there were opportunities. You could have even got in at a better price than we did. We got in at 415, got out at 521. So here's 415. So we saw that decline. I think we got in near that support area. It did dip down. We had that nice gap up on their earnings, and then it ran up and then rolled over. So when it rolled over, again, we got stopped out. We didn't get quite the top, but again, we had a very nice profit, and we'll see if it does come down some. If we get a nice opportunity to trade HIMX again. Land. Again, we've been in way back since February, so 1350, so probably somewhere around here at this support level. So you can see it dipped down significantly. We collected those dividends. It did rebound, spike back up, got rejected off that resistance point, at which, we got stopped out at pretty much break even on price appreciation. Again, we'll see if it heads back down, hopefully be able to get a little bit of a better price the next go round on a swing trade. We've swung trade land for years profitably numerous times, and it's one of the REITs that we continually watch and would like to get back into for a longer term positive swing. Although, again, we've seen real estate's been generally pretty beaten down with high mortgage rates, which we expect to be continue higher for longer. So. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll go through our top swing trading stocks to watch list, go over the any updates in the notes, and then also look at the charts in Webull. Welcome, Easy Mike. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Okay, here's our top swing trading stocks to watch list for this week. Again, as I mentioned yesterday, we're in a very topping market. It's better for scalps, short-term traders, momentum traders. Not a lot of great swing trade opportunities that I'm finding, but some we've identified recently. We're still watching. EPV is the short on the FTSE Europe. So again, we saw the Euro stocks market looks like it had kind of rolled over. I debated about taking this off, but we'll see if we do get a little bit of a bounce back in the Europe market. We might take that short using EPV. Again, you can hear our discussions on ETFs to trade Europe via the link to that video. Yesterday also we saw FANG broke out with particularly driven by NVIDIA. Last week we talked about why I like FANGD, the short on the FANGs, a little bit better. It's a little less weighted to NVIDIA, although it is, again, heavily weighted to the MAG 7. I expect the AI FOMO to continue to drive up FANG. So, again, if you're nimble, I think you'll have better opportunities to make money with FANG, FANGD than as a swing. But if we do see sentiment shift, a lot of profit taking, particularly this is end of May, so we'll see if the sell in May crowd comes back for the end of May. We might get an opportunity to find the top. Now, FANG made new highs, so I did set a price alert at the new recent high, so we'll be want to see if we get a reversal from the highs in FANG to enter into FANGD. I think this 52-week high is now obsolete as well. I think it got into the 380s, and we'll look at that in Webull in a minute. And again, there's another option that we have in our ETFs Google Sheet, BERZ, so you can compare the risk-reward profiles of BERZ and FANGD. Pick whichever one you prefer, and you can hear that analysis via the link to the bonus video in the notes. Again, gold, we saw gold finally rolled over, came down. It's around 2350 or so. See if it continues down. Again, we're already long GDXD. And again, short-term trading opportunities. And we'll see again if gold continues to break down 2300 and less. Also ZSL, the short on silver. So again, we're already and still long ZSL, short on silver. Again, we probably got in a little bit early, but we have seen it has broken down. And we're just waiting for that to be profitable, get a stop under that to protect our profits. So again, in a second, we'll look at the stocks in our watch list Google Sheet and also in the charts in Webull. So again, a reminder, we automatically generate a Google Sheet with our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, our shopping list, etc. And you can get access to that Google Sheet and see how you can use it to watch our top swing trading stocks to watch via the links to the series of videos in our notes and also on our BeachBum Trading channel. So if we quickly look at our Google Sheet, our top swing trading stocks to watch, see we've got price targets, the 52-week, etc., daily high lows, the risk-reward profiles, links to their profiles in FinViz, any ex-dividend dates, optionality information, etc. So again, quick and easy way that we can watch our top swing trading stocks to watch, see where they're at relative to our target buy prices, etc. And the risk reward profile. So again, this is how we watch them during the day. So hopefully that helps. Okay, let me quickly grab a quick drink and we'll look at the charts in Webull. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, they're still offering up to 75 free fractional shares of stock if you open and fund an account with 25K or more. If you open it and fund it with less than 25K, you get 20 free fractional shares of stock. They're also still offering a 3.5%, at least a 3.5% match for contributions to your IRA. Again, we use Webull for our market analysis, our due diligence, the majority of our trading. And if you'd use our affiliate link in the description box below, you can get your fractional shares of stock for free, as well as their additional matching bonuses that they're offering right now. So, and you can help support our BeachBum trading community, all of which we greatly appreciate. So here's our top swing trading stocks to watch list. Again, I'm using the online browser version of Webull. So here's EPV, the short on Europe. We see it bottomed when the Euro, FTSE Euro peaked. It has bounced back up a little bit. Again, I considered taking it off, but it does look like it might be rolling over. Maybe we'll get another shot at that short on the Euro stocks market. Talk about FANGU. So new all-time high on FANGU. Looks like it's 382 or so. If I zoom in a little bit, 382, 382.21. So if I update that in our notes, 382.21. So I'll be looking at a test and fail on that all-time high in FANGU. You see it did reject on Thursday. Again, we've got a profit-taking day on Thursday after the NVIDIA earnings out of the others of the Mag 7, but then we got a pretty significant bounce back on Friday. So we'll see if it retests that resistance level, rejects. If so, that would be the opportunity to get into FANGD, which again is the short. But again, these are leveraged to inverse ETFs, so it will decay over time. So you want to use the long version, the top of the long, to determine your entry point. Same way with GDXD. The long on for gold is GDXU. I can add that. You can see quick and easy to add stocks to a watch list in Webull. I just hit add symbol. I can add it to any of my watch lists. So if we want to look at GDXU, again, these are on the miners, not directly gold and silver. So we see here's the top, 48.82 on GDXU. So again, we use the top in GDXU to determine our entry point in GDXD. Again, we're already long GDXD. We're also already long ZSL, which is the short on silver. The long on silver, if I want to similarly look at the leveraged long on silver, is AGQ. So again, I can add that. We can look at AGQ. So the top in AGQ is 47.28. You see it's declined. So ZSL's gone up a bit. Looks like it's at that pivot point. We'll see if it rejects further. Again, once our ZSL position's profitable, we'll probably get a stop underneath that in case gold and silver do bounce back up and retest their recent highs. So I hope that all helps. So next we'll quickly look at our bullpen stocks. Again, our concept of bullpen stocks for anybody new to our community is ones that don't necessarily have the swing trading setup right now that we would like, but I've identified that they may in the near future. So we put them in the bullpen, revisit their setup and performance periodically. And if their setup improves, then we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. So right now, what we've got in our bullpen, I've been watching for a little while, so CRT. This is Cross Timbers Royalty Trust. It's a trust on oil and gas properties, pays a monthly dividend. We'll see it's up a little bit, but maybe if oil continues to decrease, maybe we'll get another opportunity into CRT. We've been watching Mosaic for a while. It was down. It bounced back up a bit. Again, we'll see if it comes back down, gives us an opportunity. It's also a dividend payer. And then we've been watching SIRI, Sirius XM. It's kind of continuing to bleed out, as we'll see. We've talked about this opportunity, the arbitrage opportunity with Liberty Media, consolidating their division with Sirius XM. Warren Buffett's been buying stocks in both Sirius XM and Liberty Media. So again, kind of an arbitrage opportunity. You can hear more discussions on that in the link to the bonus video in our notes. So now we can also watch our bullpen stocks in the bullpen tab of our Google Sheet. So again, you can see our current price targets, the current risk reward profiles, optionality, ex-dividend dates, etc. So again, now it's much easier for me to watch our bullpen stocks in real time. And again, these all get automatically generated at the end of each day. And then if I make any further updates after that Google Sheet is generated, I'll post that in the Stocks Watch List channel in our Discord. And again, our Patreon members have access to all of these channels underneath patrons in our Discord. So all the alerts, Stock Watch List, early access to videos, etc. So again, we'd love to have you join our Patreon and get access to all that additional information as well. So if I quickly look at those stocks in our bullpen, so here's CRT. Again, I'd kind of like it down in the 13 or so or lower. So again, they had a special loss, a one-time loss that they realized. It dropped down to 1236. So again, I'd kind of prefer it around 13 or so. We'll see if it comes back down. Again, monthly dividend payer, so we can hold it and wait for it to swing back up, recover from that one-time loss. Mosaic, again, it's run up quite a bit, so probably, does look like it rolled over. We'll see if it comes back down, but if it, and it looks like it rejected off that previous high. So we'll see if we get a shot if it continues to come back down, but if it breaks out of that previous high, then we'll let Mosaic go for now. Again, it's a dividend payer. We can always watch it in our dividend payers. It's also in our ETFs Google Sheet as a potash play. So here's Sirius XM. See, it's just continuing to bleed down. So it looks like maybe it's finally found a bottom around that 270 area. We'll zoom in a little bit. There was some anomalous after hours trade that's kind of skewing the chart in Webull. But we see maybe around this 270 area, maybe it's found a bottom. There's a lot of shares in SIRI. I've been watching the level twos, really trying to find that entry point. Also, it trails its VWAP and the EMAs I watch in Thinkorswim, and it seems to follow those. So when it's below those, it continues to trail down. Again, if you look at it in closer detail, there's a lot of barcoding. It's hard to see in this chart again. And I know Easy Mike loves my term barcoding. But again, maybe it's finally found a bottom around 270. If it does swing back up and break out, I think I'll probably wait for it to break the VWAP and those EMAs to verify that it's actually back on an upswing and not going to continue to bleed out as it has. So that's why I've still got it in the bullpen, but I am really looking for an entry in SIRI as soon as we see it swing back up and start to head back up. Okay, I'm going to come back to this honorable mention stock after we go through some of our other topics. I've also got a discussion I want to be able to get to. So our concept of shopping list stocks, again, we always recommend you have your shopping list stocks ready for any irrational reaction to earnings, corrections in the market, stocks that you wanted to own, hold for a longer term swing, etc. Dividend payers. Again, we just always recommend you stay away from zombie companies, zombie stocks, those with high debt. Again, none of our content should be considered financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All of our content should be considered for education and entertainment purposes only. Good morning, Baloo Dog. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. So you can also see our shopping list stocks in the shop list tab of our watch list Google Sheet. So you can see we've got some of the Mag 7s, Amazon. We've got APLY, which is the yield max on Apple that we currently hold. We're going to talk about, hopefully get time to talk about some uranium stocks. But as you can see, Denison, DNN is one of the uranium stocks we watch. Also URNM, which is the ETF on uranium. Things like Disney, IBM, etc., Meta, MP Materials, some other REITs we like. LTC, again, we just got out of land. You see it's showing as attractive. So again, we'll see if we can get another cheaper entry into land. Stag, Tesla, and TSLY. Really, I prefer TSLY when Tesla gets cheap. USOI for oil. So again, you can see the stocks in our shopping list via the shop list tab in our watch list Google Sheet. So again, I hope that helps. Okay, let me grab another drink and we'll talk about dividend payers. We'll look at the one, my honorable mention, NextEra Energy Partners, which I added to the dividend payers Google Sheet. And we'll also go into a little, hopefully have time to go into some more detail on NEP. Let me grab a drink a second. We'll look at dividend payers. If anyone in the chat has a dividend payer you would like to look at, please throw that ticker up in the chat. We can try to look at that while we're in our dividend payers Google Sheet. So Alan's mentioned buying USOI, which is a monthly dividend Credit Suisse monthly dividend payer on oil. We've traded that before. Pays a very nice monthly dividend. Again, we try to buy it when oil's around 70. We'll see if we get another shot. So again, just a reminder, you can get access to our dividend payers Google Sheet and use it to generate your own schedule of dividends with whatever income strategy you would like to use, whatever risk reward profile fits your needs, and you can find a whole series of videos on how to find the best dividend paying stocks using our dividend payers Google Sheet via the link to that series in our notes. You can also find them all on our YouTube channel, etc. So here's our dividend payers Google Sheet. Since someone just mentioned USOI, Alan mentioned USOI. We can take a quick look at it. See its nice monthly dividend. So here's USOI paying $1 a month. So it's got a yield of 20%, net yield 15%, adjusted 38. Again, right now it's it's not too high, but risk reward is still higher risk than reward right now. So again, we like it when oil's down around 70. Someone just mentioned Vail, so you can see the risk reward on Vail. See if I can. So Balu Dog mentioning Vail. So again, you see it's only got a net yield of 3%. It's got plenty of price appreciation though, so potentially again, if I make the 52-week low, the support level, that'll pop up nicely. So yeah, Vail doesn't look too bad. Again, only a 3% net yield, so definitely we'd want that to get the price appreciation. It's only a 1.4 risk reward on a 52-week basis. To metals and mining, so positive theme right now. So again, that's a good one. Balu Dog might be one to consider. I don't think I have Rio Tinto in here, but that would be another one to potentially look at as well. APLY, so we're still in APLY. I'll probably hold that. That's been coming back up. Probably hold that through the next ex-dividend date as Apple's got their WDC, their developers conference coming up. Might be a positive catalyst. So we've had 3 or 4 months of dividends on that. So again, possibly, once that gets profitable, after WDC, that might be the time to exit APLY. Again, you can find the dividend payment schedule for all the yield maxes. APLY is one of the yield maxes on Apple, and you can find all the yield maxes in the distributions schedule via the link in the references tab of our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. So again, the next dividend date will be June 5th, June 6th. So the last was May 6th. Next June 6th, they don't seem to announce their dividends until like a day before the ex-dividend date. I know APLY's been paying about 40 cents a month or so. 34 was the last month, so it was down a little bit. So I don't have any I don't think any other dividend payers of note. You can also find the other yield maxes. You can do a find on the ad sheet, find all the yield maxes. So if you just do find on yield max, you want to see some of the others on Amazon. They've got, NVIDIA, Facebook. I've been watching that to see when Facebook comes out. Oh, ARK. When ARK comes down, we see ARK hasn't really gone anywhere. So I'd kind of like that. I watch ARK, so I watch the underlying stocks, look for a bottom in the underlying stock, and then look at the yield max. There's Microsoft, etc. So again, you can see current risk reward profile, the various yield maxes also in the ad sheet as well. Easy Mike's mentioning JEPI, JEPQ, again popular. They're both pretty high right now. Again, markets are pretty toppy right now. So again, maybe if we get some profit taking, some correction, might be some better opportunities. Again, there's land. These others we've mentioned are losing money. Oh, I like, but it hasn't come down really. The other REITs, LTC, Stag, etc. I'm always looking for opportunities to get into those. Here's SIRI, Sirius XM we've talked about. So again, if anybody else has another dividend payer there, we talked about Bayo. Oh, I want to look at NEP. So that's one we added. NextEra Energy Partners. So then we'll go back and hopefully have time to look at their charts in a few minutes. Actually, I could do that now. Since we see, here's NEP, here's the dividend information per NEP. And we see right now it's high, higher price. So I've got support at 20. So it's got a pretty decent risk reward profile, pays an 89-cent quarterly dividend. Got plenty of price appreciation, but it's performed. See what the performance is for the year. So it's had a very negative performance, negative 42.4%. This is a renewable energy utility. So if we look at their chart, again, this wasn't the honorable mention that I had. Since I'm here, I might as well take a look at it. So again, here's NEP, NextEra Energy Partners, renewable energy utility. So we see that real precipitous drop in October. Looks like it's slowly recovering. This was mentioned by, I forget Tim's last name, in one of the Benziga shows. And I took a look at that, and their dividend information looked attractive. So again, they missed on revenue on their previous earnings, but it's slowly grinding back up. Got a gap to fill. So if we do get a dip in NEP, then that might be an attractive swing trade. Looks like they are making money. It is optionable. Not too much discrepancy in their shares float. Does have high debt. We look at their description. Converted clean energy projects, long-term cash flows, natural gas infrastructure, Texas, etc. Wind and solar, so it's wind, solar, natural gas, so that's their clean energy. It's interesting, it's in Juno Beach, Florida. They lost money in 23. Looks like they made money so far in 24. EPS was negative in 23. So again, looks like a potential bounce play, potential recovery play. Look at their quarterly, so it's been positive this year, although they had a bit of a decline that quarter. EPS, again, it's been positive, a bit of a decline. And again, they pay a decent dividend, showing 10.7% dividend quarterly. So again, if it does come back down a little bit, that might be a real nice swing play. If you want to swing it from here, again, it does look like it's slowly grinding upward, does pay a dividend, so you could hold it for some period of time and collect the dividend. So again, that was our honorable mention for this week. You will now find their dividend information in our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. And again, track the risk reward. Again, we'll be looking to see if it comes down, if it becomes attractive for our top swing trading stocks to watch. So I hope that all helps. Okay, let me grab a drink and we'll talk about options. We'll look at our option strategies for also generating income in addition to dividend payers. Okay, in addition to using dividend payers to generate income while we're waiting for our top swing trading stocks to set up, we also use several option strategies to generate income. We sell covered calls against our positions, and when our stocks are going up, buy them back when they're coming down. We've recently developed a Google Sheet that you can use to do analysis of your covered call strategies, and you can hear how you can use that covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on various covered call strategies via the link to that bonus video. And again, by joining our Patreon, you can make a copy of that covered calls Google Sheet and use it to analyze your various covered call strategies. We also sell puts, particularly cash secured puts in our case, as we're trading in retirement accounts. When stocks are going down, buy them back. When they're going back up, collect the profit. And we use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to analyze opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. And again, you can get access, 24/7 access to our puts ROIC Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. Again, this gets updated by our automated systems, collects options information, and then updates our puts ROIC Google Sheet at the end of each day. So some quick updates to our puts ROIC Google Sheet is I added the following to the research sheet. So not on our primary watch list, but ones that we can watch in our research sheet. So I added Mara. I think last week we talked about Mara. We saw it was profitable, so it would qualify for using the wheel strategy, which we use for our puts. So I put Mara at the 15 strike, 621 expiration in the research sheet. Also, I added Shutterstock. I've been keeping an eye on Shutterstock. It looks like it might be cycling down. I like Shutterstock. We've done a previous video on Shutterstock that you can find and listen to. So I added that at the 30 strike, 621 expiration. Then take SEDG, which is a solar play, significantly broken down. They lose money. So I'm going to take them out. They broke down below their strike price. And again, I'm not hip on getting stuck with SEDG. Again, short-term options trading might be of interest to you. And I also lowered the strike price on Whirlpool to see if maybe an 80 strike price, if that becomes attractive. Again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I'm not overly hip on, appliances, Whirlpool, but, getting it cheap enough or just selling and buying back the puts to generate income might be acceptable. So again, we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to make money, option strategies for beginners with examples. We also have a whole playlist of additional videos on how you can use options to make money trading, and you can find that via the links in our notes as well as on our channel. Right now, with the VIX down below 12, there aren't a whole lot of attractive puts options with an ROIC of 5 or better. So we are, keeping an eye on that. Maybe if we get some increased volatility, maybe these premiums will come back up. So we're keeping an eye on any opportunities, with an ROIC of 5 or better. Again, nothing in our main watch list. We had recently sold and made some money on Tesla puts. We'll see if Tesla comes back down, gives us another opportunity to play that. Been watching Albemarle. It's getting close. It's 4%. APA's at 2.7. So again, if some of the premiums on some of these bounce up a little bit, they might become attractive. So here's Mara. I added Mara. Right now, premiums, not very attractive at all. So again, if it comes down more, maybe get an opportunity there at 15. Talk about Shutterstock. So I've just added that one. So Monday or Tuesday, I guess, since it's Memorial Day, we'll collect the data on Shutterstock and add that data in the sheet. And then we talked about Whirlpool, again, not attractive right now. So again, not a whole lot right now, but as things move, as the VIX possibly pops up, maybe we'll find some more attractive opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. So if anyone else has any other stocks you'd like us to add to our systems, to add to our puts ROIC Google Sheet, just let me know the stock, the strike price or prices, and the expiration date or dates. And again, we can have multiples in our Google Sheet like we have for Disney. I've got a couple different expiration dates so I can see possibly if a longer put. Normally we'd like to keep them, within 40 days, but on some of these larger blue chip type companies, we just be look at some longer term opportunities as well, see if we can get a better premium with a longer dated option. So I hope that all helps. Okay, let me grab another drink, and I want to talk about a discussion topic that Gerald Fitz opened up in our Discord about uranium stocks. So again, let me grab a drink, and then we'll look at that discussion on uranium and nuclear energy stocks, as I'll have a bit to babble about that. So. So again, Gerald Fitz opened this discussion regarding uranium stocks in our Discord. So I want to look at his comments in our Discord so you can directly go to that discussion via the link in our notes. Again, just a reminder, our Discord is free to join. You can get access to all the other channels with the exception of those under our patrons category, which will only show up to you if you're a member of our Patreon, but we have all kinds of channels on different asset classes, trading styles, etc., tips on trading platforms, etc. So we'd love to have you join our Discord, actively participate. You can get trade ideas, share tips and lessons learned with your fellow traders, and help you make money trading. And thank you again, Gerald, for starting this discussion on uranium and nuclear stocks. So he pointed out that yesterday he mentioned NNE, a recent IPO, nuclear energy stocks. We'll take a look at that a little bit. I did look at that yesterday briefly after you mentioned it. Gerald, again, thank you for starting this discussion. So he also mentioned the recent uranium ban. So they banned Russian uranium, releases $2.7 billion in funding. So he asked about NNE and the whole uranium sector. So I wanted to open up this article that he also shared. Thank you again for sharing this article. You can access this via the link in our Discord. So they're talking about this World Nuclear Association Net Zero Nuclear Initiative. So let me see again. You can read this in more detail via the link in our notes. We can see a group of companies and are looking to increase investment in clean nuclear energy by 2050. So here's UEC, Uranium Energy Corp, another one that we've watched over time. So again, support global efforts to triple nuclear energy capacity by 2050. 128 companies, 20 countries from 4 continents. So again, this is a global initiative to triple the output of nuclear energy capacity by 2050. UN framework, etc. They also talk about a variety of NNE's capabilities. So there's this HALEO, which is low enrichment, so high assay, low enrichment uranium fuel. So again, with the Russian uranium import, releases 2.72 in federal funding to expand U.S. uranium industry. Here's NNE, nuclear technology. They have a solid core battery reactor, advanced fuel transportation. And then they also have essentially a mining initiative as well. So some vertical integration. So again, thank you for sharing that, Gerald. Getting a lot of good information in there. You can read that in more detail via the link in our Discord. So let's look at the chart for NNE. So if I go back to FinViz, again, a very recent IPO. We just heard, what NNE does. So you can see, it IPO dropped, bounced pretty quickly. Again, we don't have a lot of information. Looks like they only issued 15 million shares. They've got 28, so possibly additional offerings, not optionable yet. Again, we can't really tell. We don't have a lot of information on their financials. They've been losing money. So again, recent IPO, new technology, again, losing money. So again, I'm not real hip on jumping into new IPOs till we get some history. We don't really know where the bottom is. We don't know what the range is. I love the technology. Just to babble for a second, I hopefully won't bore you all too much, but just an FYI, I might have mentioned this before, since like 4th grade till the middle of my undergraduate degree, I was going to be a nuclear physicist. And then when the funding dried up back in that time, it became politically incorrect to go into anything nuclear. I had to switch my specialty. But again, I was always going to be a nuclear physicist, and then had to change. Probably should have gone into rocket science at that point in time. But at that time, I was very interested in liquid metal fast breeder reactors. So I haven't kept up with it, so I don't know exactly how their technology is potentially similar. I know they're doing portable nuclear reactors. So again, I like the technology, and if you would like, if you want to get a small position, hold this for a long time, that might be a decent investment. May or may not work out. Again, there's a lot of hurdles to get over in terms of regulation. Again, still relatively politically incorrect in the U.S., although the need for it is, I'm hearing more discussion of it. So as we'll see, Gerald also pointed out that the uranium stocks have popped up recently. So they're all kind of up. Again, probably got a pop on that Russian ban. So I'll also very quickly show you which uranium stocks we look at, and how to quickly look at those uranium stocks. Also, we've done a number of videos on uranium stocks in the past. So I also posted those both in our Discord as well as in the notes of our document. So we've gone over a number of these stocks before. We've done some deeper dives into UEC. There's also a couple ETFs that you can use to trade uranium and nuclear energy. Again, in our ETFs Google Sheet, you can find, I'll just open that quickly and we'll look at the uranium category. So if you then scroll down, you find uranium. So we've got a number of them: URA, URNM, and then URNJ is uranium miners. You can also find that in nukes. In the research tab, so do a find for nukes. Again, here's some uraniums. So we've got both of those nukes, uranium and nuclear energy. So you can see both NLR and nukes and their current risk-reward profiles. Also in the research tab in our ETFs Google Sheet. And again, our Patreon members have 24/7 access to that Google Sheet as well. So just a final note on that topic. A way to quickly see some uranium stock charts. What I do is I watch them in the industry. So if you go to the groups tab on FinViz, go to industry, and then here we can see it right near the top. But if you don't see it, you can do a quick find on uranium, Control F find. And then if you click on that topic, you'll see the charts for all the uranium stocks. So I know some people like CCJ. You see they're all, most of them are pretty high. We like DNN, traded DNN profitably numerous times over the years. LEU, I like LEU, in the 30s. UEC, again, pretty high right now. I think someone mentioned NXC. The ones we tend to like are DNN, UROY. I've been watching this to see if it comes back down. You see it bounce back up again, probably on that Russian ban news. And UUUU, see it bounced up and then got rejected off that upper trend line. I was again watching this one down around 5. One of the things I don't like about UUUU is I think they were losing money. I think they lost money in their last earnings. I guess they reported slightly positive, but you see their income is negative. So not as hip right now on UUUU as I would prefer. Like UROY is the one I'm watching. It looks like it's got the best value right now. Maybe LEU, DNN's running high. So again, a lot of people like CCJ had a nice run. Now again, just my commentary on the uranium category in general is, again, we saw it run up. It does run up. It's got a lot of focus now. People are starting to talk about it to fuel the data centers, the needs for energy for the data centers. So again, getting more focus, more positive sentiment, but there's a lot of regulatory. It takes a long time to build and regulate and implement the nuclear power. There's a few utilities. I think DUK has a couple nuclear power plants that are coming online. A lot of projects have been canceled, however, again, politically incorrect. They're expensive. Another thing, as I mentioned, became politically incorrect decades ago, and we essentially don't have many people that are trained to operate or even do the research on nuclear power. Again, it was not a thing to go into. The only people that knew how to run reactors were in the Navy, and so there's a shortage of trained, skilled people in the whole nuclear energy area. So it's going to take a long time for this to really come to fruition. So again, that would be my concern with that new stock. Again, long-term hold if you want to put a little bit of money in, see if it works out, but Again, there's a lot of technological hurdles. Also, another lesson learned is sometimes you can have the best technology, but if the management doesn't know how to make money, doesn't know how to sell it, the stock can do quite poorly and you can end up losing money. So it's not always about the technology. It's also about management, operation of the business. Do they know how to sell, etc.? So again, I hope this all helps. And thank you again, Jill, for opening up that discussion. I do hope that all helps, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments to this video. Again, please reply to this discussion in our Discord if you have other ideas, other stocks. If you agree or disagree with my comments, that's fine. Let's have an intelligent conversation on topic of uranium, nuclear power, nuclear energy stocks. Again, if you have other stock ideas, I'd love to hear them. You can put them in the comments to this video or in this discussion in our Discord. So, and you can open up a similar discussion. So again, if you have a topic, a question, a stock you want us to cover during our live streams or in a separate video, etc., please put that in our Discord or in the comments to any of our videos. Also, we'd love your feedback on what we can do to improve our weekly trading game plans, any of our videos, our content, our automated systems, our communities. So again, we need your feedback, and we also need your help. We hope you'll smash the like button. Hope you'll subscribe to our channel. And really, we'd love it if you would share our content directly with your fellow traders and friends. Help us continue to build our community. The more traders we have in our community is for the mutual benefit of everyone. More trade ideas, more traders helping each other out is for everyone's mutual benefit. So we'd greatly appreciate it if you'd help us grow our community, help share our content, get our content out to more traders, particularly new traders, people that are working jobs. Again, we'd love to have you all join us in our community. So again, we hope this all helps. Thank you all in the chat for joining and for your participation. Thank you everyone who's watching after the fact. And again, we want to wish you all a very happy and enjoyable long Memorial Day holiday weekend. And we'll see you all on the trading floor on Tuesday. We hope we'll see you back next week for next week's weekly trading game plan. So thank you again and have a great Memorial Day holiday weekend.